subcompact SUV class is booming, especially in the luxury space, as brands have added models in recent years, including the Volvo XC40, BMW X2, and Lexus UX. Audi was one of the early entrants in the class with its Q3, and for 2019, it's launching a redesigned version of its smallest SUV. We're here in Nashville to drive it for the first time and get a taste of what this updated model's like. All Q3s are powered by a 228 horsepower turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that works with an 8-speed automatic transmission, and Quattro all-wheel drive is standard. The drivetrain makes decent power that makes the Q3 feel quick enough, and it's helped by its responsive automatic transmission. The gearbox willingly kicks down under both part and full throttle acceleration to make the most of the engine's power, and it makes smooth, predictable shifts. The drivetrain includes Audi Drive Select, and it includes 5 selectable driving modes: Comfort, Auto, Dynamic, Individual, and Off-Road. The comfort setting, though, doesn't help the drivetrain's cause because it results in lazy gas pedal response that makes the modestly powered 4-cylinder seem even more lethargic. Selecting the Sport mode, though, improves gas pedal response with better immediacy. I found that some small SUVs aren't that enjoyable to drive on the highway because they can feel darty and jumpy, but the Q3 doesn't fall into that camp. It's stable and poised with the confidence-inspiring feel of a larger SUV. Light effort steering is direct and precise, and that adds to the Q3's highway manners. But when you get above 65 miles per hour or so, wind and road noise start to intrude. All Q3s have a fixed suspension, and the SUV comes with a choice of wheels. There's standard 18-inch alloy wheels and available 19 or 20-inch wheels. Our test model had the 19-inch wheels, but on the smooth, mostly unbroken pavement around Nashville, it didn't do a lot to test the setup. But the few stretches of rough pavement that we hit revealed that it's a quite firmly tuned suspension. So on your test drive, be sure to check out some of the worst roads you're likely to drive on. Despite the firm tuning, the Q3 didn't really care for much of the winding country roads that made up a majority of our drive route. Tossing it into a corner induced moderate body roll, but worse than that, it revealed a nose-heavy feel that didn't urge you to push the car harder. Choosing the Sport mode tightens up the steering a bit, and that improves the Q3's driving performance, but it doesn't change the feeling that the Q3 is more at home cruising on the highway than taking to back roads. The Q3's cabin doesn't break any new ground from a design or technology standpoint, but it succeeds because it feels just as nice as what you'd get in Audi's midsize Q5 or 3-row Q7 SUVs. There are a few areas that have slightly lower grade trim, like the slab of plastic where the center console meets the dashboard, but otherwise the materials and controls look and feel as nice as what you'd find in the Q3's larger siblings. The defining elements of the cabin are its digital instrument cluster and center touchscreen, both of which are standard. An optional navigation package upsizes both screens and adds Audi's virtual cockpit technology to the instrument panel. The reconfigurable virtual cockpit screen is crisp and bright, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity are standard. Heated leather front bucket seats are standard, and they were comfortable for a day of driving. However, the side bolsters on the regular seats don't do a lot to keep you in place when you're taken to a winding back road, but Audi does offer S-Line sport seats in the Sport Interior package that have more substantial side bolsters. The Q3's back seat is more comfortable than you might expect from a subcompact SUV. It's split 40-20-40, and it slides forward and backward, and the backrest also reclines. Headroom is good, and the standard panoramic moonroof helps give the rear seat an airy feel. The redesigned Q3's entry-level position makes it an introduction of sorts to the luxury brand for new shoppers. And I think it does a good job overall of living up to Audi standards thanks to its high-quality cabin and technology, which should position it well against an increasing number of competitors. The redesigned Q3 is on sale now, and it starts at around $36,000. For more information, check out Cars.com.